Hello everyone, welcome to Skill 247 Avenue. This is our first lesson on Microsoft PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a software program developed by Microsoft for creating and delivering presentations using slideshows. PowerPoint is used for creating slideshows, delivering presentations, designing visual aids, and having information in educational, business, and professional settings. Now, before we start the video, if you don't have PowerPoint on your computer, I will leave a link in the description of this video. Go and click on the link and download PowerPoint. Now, before we go into the video, there are a couple of terms I want to define. The first term I want to define is the term presentation, because I shall be using that term a lot in this video. Now, a presentation is a collection of slides displayed to convey information or idea to an audience. So that's what a presentation is. And the second definition I want to talk about is a slide. So a slide is a single page or a screen in a PowerPoint presentation which contains text, images, or other content. Now, apart from slides, I also want to talk about notes. So notes is usually seen by only the presenter. So when the presenter projects the presentation to the audience will only see the slideshow or the presentation, but the notes is there to guide the presenter. Now, these are the few definitions I want to get out of the way. Now, let's get into the video. So now, I'm going to launch my Microsoft PowerPoint. I have it on my taskbar, so I will click to open it. Now, when you open it, you have the option of choosing a blank presentation, or you can select any of these templates here. And on the left side here, you can see the recently opened presentations. Now, since we are going to talk about the work area fundamentals, we are going to choose a blank presentation. Now, this is the PowerPoint interface. PowerPoint, like the other Microsoft Office applications, also has the ribbon. It also has the ribbon. So the ribbon is made up of the tabs and their group of commands. That's what I'm highlighting here, the ribbon. And on top of the ribbon, we have the title bar. So the red long bar on top of the ribbon, that's the title bar there. So on the title bar, we have the quick access toolbar, which I'm going to talk about. So the quick access toolbar contains the frequently used commands, and then you can actually customize the quick access toolbar and then tailor it to your taste. Now, let me click on this arrow. So when I come down, you can see that save, undo, redo have been selected. So that means they are the current commands that are on the quick access toolbar. However, you can add other commands if you want. Now let me come back to the quick access customize arrow and then click on it again. Now if I want to add new, I can do that. If I want to add open, I can do that. And also, if I want to remove a particular command, I can come back, click to deselect it. So when I deselect it, it will vanish from the quick access toolbar. Now let me also come here and deselect open. So you see open has also been removed from the quick access toolbar. So let me come back here. Now we are going to explore the quick access toolbar more. So let me count down here and click on more commands. So when I click on more commands, you can see that I have a dialog box here. Now when you look at this dialog box, when I click here, it gives me certain options. You can see the first option I have there is popular command. The second option I have there is commands not in the ribbon, all commands, macros. So when you select any of these options, you can actually come here and add them, and when you add them, they will come to this right side. So as you can see on the right side here, the quick access toolbar commands that are already selected are showing here. So now when I come here and I select all commands, it brings all commands in Microsoft PowerPoint, and then I can add them here, but I won't add them because I don't want to mess up my quick access toolbar. So let me go back and then choose popular commands. I'll come down here and then click on OK. So now I'm back in my interface. So let me come to the middle here. When you come to the middle here, you can see the name of the PowerPoint presentation. By default, when you open PowerPoint, it comes with the name presentation 1. However, you can change it when you go to the file menu here. There is the save as option there. You can click on it and then save it to a name you want. Right after the default name of our PowerPoint, which is presentation 1, we have the name of our presentation software, which is PowerPoint. Now let's come to the top right corner here. The first option I have here is the ribbon display option. You can see it. So it gives you options like auto hide your ribbon, show only the tabs on the ribbon, and here show both the tabs and then the commands on the ribbon. I will talk about it shortly when we are discussing the ribbon. Now this is the minimize. We have the restore down, and then we have the close button. Now let's check out the minimize, how it works. Now when I click on the minimize, see what has happened. My window has turned into an icon and it's now on my taskbar. So I'll click on it again. You see my window is covering the screen again. So I'll come ahead and click on the middle one, which is the restore down button. When I click on it, the size of my window has reduced. Now my window is not covering the whole screen. The interesting thing is that when you come to the middle button now, it changes from restore down to maximize. So when you go ahead and click on it, it covers the whole screen. And now the close button is used for ending the program after you have finished using it. So this is the title bar and some of the commands or some of the features that are found on the title bar. Now let's come to the ribbon. So as I said earlier on, the ribbon is made up of the commands or the tabs here together with their group of commands. So as you can see, we have the home tab, the insert tab, the design tab, we have transition, animation, and then we have slideshow, review, and then view. So right now I'm in home. So as you can see, these are some of the groups in the home tab. We have the clipboard groups and each group of commands. This is the slide group with each group of commands, the font group here, the paragraph group, and then we have the drawing groups. You can see some shapes here. So this is the home tab. When you come to insert tab, we have new slide. You can insert your table, you can insert your pictures, you can insert one live picture, and then you can even take a screenshot. We have photo albums, and then here illustrations, you have your shapes and other commands. Now when you come to the design tab, it has some themes here. You can add your background themes to your presentation. And then we have animation, the transition, and then the animations. We'll discuss them in future lessons. And of course, we have the slideshow tab, so you can begin your slideshow from the beginning, or you can start your slideshow from the current slide you are in. We'll talk about the slides later. Now we have the review tab here and each group of commands. Of course, the spell checker is part of the review. And then we have the view command or the view tab. So the view tab contains some group of commands we'll talk about in this lesson. Now this is your ribbon. It contains the tabs and their group of commands. Now let's come here and talk about the slide. So this is the slide pane here. This is the slide pane here. So the slide pane shows the thumbnail of the slides. So if I want to create a new slide, I will just come here and click on add a slide. So when I add the slide, it creates another slide. So I can create another slide by adding one. So right now in my slide pane, it's showing that I have 3 slides. So the slide pane here is showing the thumbnail of slides I have here. And then this is where I'm going to type my text and then insert my pictures and then create my presentations. So this is how it looks like. Now let me come back to the new slide button. So when you click on the small arrow here, it gives you the option of choosing an outlines or different kind of outlines for your slides. So any outline you want, you can choose it here. Okay, now let's talk about the status bar. The status bar is this bar down here. This is the bar I'm talking about, the status bar. So the status bar contains some tools or commands which are very important. Now here, this is showing the number of slides we have, and then this is the office theme, which we will talk about in future lessons. And of course we have our spell checker here. So our spell checker here, when you click on it, see what happens. It is telling you that everything is good. Of course we haven't typed anything in our slide, so we haven't made any mistakes, so it is telling you that everything is good. Now let's go to the right side here. So we have the notes here. So when you click on the notes, it gives you an opportunity to type notes and then add the notes to your presentation. So the notes here, when you type your notes, only the presenter can see the notes. So for instance, if you project your presentation, the audience only see the presentation, but they can't see the notes here. Only the presenter can see the notes on his laptop. Now let's go back. Here we have comments. You can also add comments to your presentation. So I'm going to click on it. When I click on it and I come on the right side of my presentation, you can see that it gives you the opportunity to add comments to your presentation. Now I'm going to come down here and show you some of the view panes we have. So this is our normal view. We are currently in normal view. This is slide sorter, which I'll talk about very soon. And then we have reading view, and then we have the slideshow view. Now this is our normal view. This is our normal view which we are currently in. So when I do this, when I click on the slide sorter, it shows the thumbnails of my slides. So what the slide sorter does is that it gives you the opportunity to arrange your slides in a way you want. So for instance, this is the first slide we have here. If you want it to be the second slide, you can easily sort it out. You can rearrange it. If you want the third slide to be the first slide, you can rearrange it. Now let me demonstrate it for you to see. So I'm currently in the third slide here, so I'm going to type something. I'm going to type something in the third slide here. So what is computing? So I have this in my third slide. Now let me come back to my slide sorter. So as you can see, so this is my first slide, my second slide, and my third slide. So if I want to rearrange it or reposition it, I can just click on it and drag. Now my third slide becomes the first slide. So that's what the slide sorter does. It helps you to rearrange your slides. Let me go back to normal view. Now let's come back to this button here. So this button here is used for zooming in and zooming out. So you have the plus sign here. You can click on the plus sign to make it big, or you can click on the minus to make it small, or you can click on this slider and drag it up and down to make it big and small. Okay, and then here when you click on this, it gives you certain options. You can choose this and click OK. It will make your slide fit the screen, or you have other options here. So when you select any options, it shows here. Then of course here you can use the up and the down arrow here to change your slide, the size of the slide, or to zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to go ahead and choose fit the window and click OK. Now see what happens. My slide is fitting everything here. So another thing I want to talk about is when you right click on your status bar, it gives you the option to customize your status bar. Now see, you can remove the view indicator if you want. You can remove the office theme. You can remove any other thing on the status bar if you want, by just deselecting the things that have been selected here. So I want my status bar to have these things here, so I'm not deselecting anything. Now let me go back. So this is our introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. So we've looked at the fundamentals of the Microsoft PowerPoint interface, and then we've discussed some of the features. In the next lesson, we are going to go ahead and start creating our presentations. But before I go, check the description of this video. There's a link to our Q&A session. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.